I love Marbella. It's kind of part of where I was started my metamorphosis. My name's Kezia. I'm 41, and I had my FFS in April of this year, so just 7 months ago. And I'm from Edinburgh in Scotland. I think probably it was an enjoyable experience. So it was very affirming for me to go through all the kind of planning process of it. I was very reassured throughout the whole thing. I'd kind of done a few consultations leading up to speaking to Facial Team about it. Was impressed with the depth of consultation and the depth of information that I got from the consultation, which put me at ease. I felt that they weren't pushing any procedures onto me, and actually there were a couple of procedures that I thought I'd have that realised at the time I didn't then need. There was a lot of things that happened around about the same time as my FFS, so I did kind of administrative changes like my name change. And that was when I socially transitioned, is after my period of time away to recover from the FFS. But I did very much notice a difference between what I felt as people humouring me. They saw that I was presenting female and would use kind of feminine pronouns as we see that you're trans, we see that you're presenting female, so we're using those pronouns to be kind of kind, I guess. And I think there's been a shift into that being subconscious, is that they now see me, and before they've even thought about anything, they'll use feminine pronouns. So there's a big change there. I'm not sure I could have gone back to work and dealing with the public without having had FFS. I wasn't confident enough in my presentation at that time, kind of before the surgery. But now I absolutely am. And for ability to do my job, it's made a massive difference to me. I had a lot of preconceptions about transitioning as a doctor as well, partly around how my colleagues would react to me, and partly around how patients would react to me. And that's been one of the most pleasant surprises about my transition, is all of my colleagues have been hugely supportive, and I'm very lucky with that. That was a big worry beforehand. Second only to the worry about how patients would react to me, and particularly in the UK with the deteriorating kind of political situation around trans rights and kind of the poisoning of public opinion. But I've yet to have any negative encounters with any patients. And I've had some really nice ones. So patients I've known for a couple of years have come back and given me a hug. I've had a couple of patients break down into tears at seeing me joyful. I think surgery a lot of it's about expectation management. So doing the research, finding out what's possible, and forming realistic kind of expectations of what the surgery can do. I think Facial Team were good at doing that, as explaining what bits of a surgery were very predictable, what bits were less predictable. That meant I went into it with an expectation. The challenge then is the mental recovery afterwards, as I said. And even with good expectations and good knowledge of what's going to happen, it's still a tough road afterwards. So I'd always say to people, just be careful and prepare yourself for a really tough mental recovery for the first month or two afterwards.